Let me turn on my audio here. What's that? The Bluetooth got disconnected. Jim. Yeah, there's no audio. Hold on. There we go.
Advance of Donald. What, everybody? I got a surprise for you.
Billy
Now
Valentine.
check under your seat.
Back.
Hello?
Hey, Jim. Hey, Billy.
Okay.
Let me turn off my
Can you hear me?
noise. Let me turn off my video noise. Well, yeah, I crashed.
Okay.
It was
Just
when
a
I
little
was
low on
using the XSplit. I was gonna show you a picture of the guy's face, and I was
Yeah.
I was moving the mouse with using the XSplit software, and I was gonna space around the guy's head like I do to play it for you on screen, and I was dragging the mouse across. It went over to the other screen. I almost started to go around the guy's face. I didn't get that far. It was as I was moving it across this screen up here, and it froze up. I could still hear you talking. You're like, at first you kept talking, and then you go,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, bro, did you crash?" I heard you say that.
I realize I'm talking to myself.
I was like, "Fuck, I need to click this off and click it back on again." So let me see if I can find the video we were watching. Was this one?
In dealing with transgenderism.
I was going to show you his
It is
face.
all or nothing. If transgenderism is true, if men really can become women, then it's...
Yeah, okay, look at this guy's face. Let's try this again.
Big old teeth on the horse.
Is this really the guy that you want to take your social political views from?
Everybody. Look at this.
Is this the guy that you want to take your social political views from? This guy. I'm just asking you because this little Adolf Hitler wannabe is what the Republicans at CPAC featured. I wonder if those notifications went out a second time. Ooh, we got double notifications. What? She said you can't have it both ways. She's talking to the TV, man. Chuck Todd, man. She's fired up in there. Something about Chuck Todd. He's having an interview with somebody in there. Anyway, I mean, just on the level of basically looking at the dude's face. Just on that level, that basic fourth grader, juvenile, silly, ha make fun, you're funny looking dude. But really, isn't that just enough for you to not want to listen to what that guy has to say? He looks like, look at his hair. And I want you to look at his little grin at the end of this.
It's true for everybody of all ages. If transgenderism is false, as it is, if men really can't become women...
What does he mean if transgenderism is false as it is? That's a lie. Transgenderism exists. If it doesn't exist, then why are you asking to get rid of it? That doesn't make sense in itself, right? He says transgenderism is false, so it can't exist. Then why are you crying that you don't want it around anymore if it doesn't exist? You're not making any sense at all. Listen, everybody, once again, I'm going to implore. I mean, this was on the last video, and I know that we're not going to have all the people from the last video here. I know that. So let me just start again by saying that this guy right here is he's not producing anything really factual, and his whole point is to nurture fascism. That's what he really wants to do. Now, you think that this guy, his whole thing is just going after transgenders? I got news for you. That's the first rung on his ladder. Okay, that's what you need to realize. That's what you're up against here. This is a fascist. Now, I would never get up on a stage in front of a bunch of people and say the things that I believe and say that the people that disagree with me have to be eliminated, that their way of life has to be. What do I say about Nazis? I say, you don't have to do what they say, but as long as they're not preaching violence, you gotta let them talk. And if they're violating your hate speech laws, well, then you can go after them on that. But if a Nazi's just going to tell you, hey, I'm a Nazi and blah, 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 but not go after, just being a Nazi, hey, man, I got news for you. We got Nazis. Look at Russia. They got Nazis. And I'm not talking about the Nazi party. I'm talking about everybody's acting like freaking Nazis now. Nazis started with transgenders. Russia started with Jehovah's Witnesses, as Billy pointed out earlier.
Billy Ballantyne. Then he's gonna go after bronies, then furries, then larpers, and by next year you won't even be able to go to a rave.
Exactly. A rave.
Oh, if you go out for raves, then that's the end of it.
Don't go after LARPers. We love LARPers. Everybody loves Ben Shapiro and his big broadsword.
As they cannot, then it's false for everybody too. And if it's false, then we should not indulge it. Especially
That smile, the grin right there when he says if it's false. That's the grin I want you guys to see right there. That's it.
too. And if it's false,
Right there. Right there. That's it. He thinks he's proven something. He's like a flat earther that's just walked you through his flat earth points. Right? Same look, right? I know there's nobody here. It's cool. People are having a hard time coming back to the show. It's cool. We're good. We're going to play the rest of this because this is a new show, I believe. So, I'm just going to play the rest
then
of
we
it.
should not indulge it. Especially since that indulgence requires taking away the rights and customs of so many people. If it is false, then for the good of society, and especially for the good of the poor people who have fallen prey to this confusion, transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. The whole preposterous ideology at every level. There can be no middle way in...
I want you guys to know something. The famous Trendy As Dabbers logo that was featured at the beginning of many of my broadcasts was created by a transgender person. And no one seemed to have a problem with it. It's not only is what this guy's saying horrific, but it's not that hard to just, support the transgender community. Support people in wanting to be who they want to be for whatever their reason. And if you're worried that you can't protect kids against, what they might be exposed to, I got news for you. Nothing has changed. You don't have to write some new legislation to protect children. You never needed it before, and you don't need it now. I would love to hear from people that are elderly that wanted to transition when they're younger and they didn't because it wasn't acceptable, and they're miserable about it today, and they feel like it might be too late or whatever. But I'd love to hear from a whole bunch of those people. You know? Boom, good. We talked about that, and that was important because 1 million other people agreed with me on it, that it was something important and worth talking about. Whoa, 7 likes and 6 retweets. Thank you, guys. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you, thank you. Shit, I'm gonna follow this guy.
Billy Valentine.
Ooh, I gotta turn that down.
I used my dog's ear medicine and it worked. LOL.
You had ear mites, bro? Seven retweets. Thank you. Yes, retweet that. Get it out there, man. It's beautiful that image is of him with CPAC behind him, so everybody can see. CPAC is like the new Nazi party. It's like they're proud of this.
Billy
I can't
Valentine.
believe they put him in there.
I got what you got. They dry out halfway through the day.
You know, shouldn't there be some backlash for that? I wonder what Lee Camp, I wonder what Jimmy Dore has to say about that. The guy speaking at CPAC. I'd love to hear Jimmy Dore speak about it. You know, I wonder what Ron DeSantis has to say about that. Transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. Well, they said, they don't want drag shows within 1,000 feet of schools. They got all kinds of weird new laws now. No more drag shows, no more cross-dressing. Oh, it's weird. I mean, I wonder what they're going to do about Halloween costumes and Powerpuff
Balls
games.
Deep McGillicuddy. Top o' the morning to ya, me laddie.
What's up, Balls Deep McGillicuddy? Horrific. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis taps ex-pastor to Disney Oversight Board who once said men are turning gay because there's estrogen in the water from birth control pills. That's the guy who wants control over Disney's content. You understand what that means? It means they don't want little Pocahontas, little strong woman in a leading role in Disney movies anymore.
Billy Ballantyne.
No more Pocahontas. No more people
Ha,
of
ha, 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 ha,
color.
ha.
Yeah, oh no, we can't have people of color in Disney movies anymore. We're going to stop that. They want creative control over Disney. I can't wait to see where this is going.
So, because the estrogen from birth control pills is making people gay, that's what he's saying? And wastewater? What the fuck?
Here, I'll read you the article. Florida Governor
Insane,
Ron
man.
DeSantis abolished Disney's self-governing abilities
Stephen running. Q.
on Monday. Yeah, Q, exactly, Steve. Fucking Q balls. He nominated 5 people to the new board that will have oversight over Disney's district. One nominee, former pastor Ron Perry, previously said he thinks estrogen in water turns men gay. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' appointee to the new Disney Oversight Board once claimed men were turning gay because of estrogen in tap water, CNN reported. DeSantis appointed board members on Monday after he signed a bill into law dismantling Disney's self-governing abilities. One of his nominees was former pastor Ron Perry, who is also the CEO of The Gathering, a Christian ministry. CNN reported that Perry has made a string of derogatory comments against the LGBTQ community, including calling homosexuality evil and making a baseless claim that birth control pills being flushed into the water supply has made men gay. So homosexuality is evil, you guys. So let me ask you all I want everyone in the audience right now, name your favorite homosexual famous person that you love. Or just name one of them that you love. Oh, David, I'm not gay at all. What are you talking about? You're going to have to check that
Billy
signal,
Ballantyne.
David, you're going to have to check
Okay,
that signal.
then what about women drinking milk tainted with the steroids
David,
that they put in
I'm
dairy
gonna have to call
cows?
Bruce.
Humans are so easy to contradict.
Harvey Firestein. I fucking love him. I'm getting a start. Harvey Firestein. Do I think that Harvey Firestein is evil? Do you guys think that Harvey Firestein is evil because he's gay?
Billy Ballantyne.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Oh, yeah, Elton John. Yeah,
Elton
that
John.
would be it. I'm just trying to think, like, I can't even think of...
Dude,
any
what
other
about
celebrities
the
that-
singer from Queen, man?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury. Yeah.
Whew.
Huh.
Burt Lancaster.
Burt Lancaster.
RuPaul.
Yeah.
RuPaul's a
yeah.
freaking badass.
He's been doing his thing. since
Billy
the 80s.
Ballantyne. Andy.
Andy Dick. Andy Dick's gay?
Dick, probably. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I should have. I guess I should have realized that. God damn! How did I? Yeah, I bet I knew that. Every time I see him, I probably just don't think about it
Think about it. Now you think about it.
because he's
Yeah,
so
he's funny
outrageous
as hell.
and funny. It just doesn't come up in
Yeah.
thought. You know, you're like, oh, I wonder if
Exactly,
he,
yeah. I
wonder
know.
if he's with men or I wonder if he likes women. Never thought about it
That's
before.
why when you
really.
asked that question,
That's
I'm thinking,
funny.
like, I never considered that.
Ball Steve McGillicuddy. Is sick.
So,
Ball Steve McGillicuddy. And evil.
yeah, Andy Dick is sick and evil. That's true. Andy Dick is sick and evil. Somebody get me another whiskey over here. What are you doing? Stop it! Stop yelling at me! You ever seen him when he's all drunk and shit? He's so funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's such a bitch.
Billy Ballantyne.
I've seen him in so many movies. He's
Andy
hilarious.
Warhol. Salvador Dali. Leonardo da Vinci. I could go on. Ball
Andy
Steve
Dick makes
McGillicuddy.
Comedians laugh.
You missed the comment before that.
Okay, the comment before Andy Dick was Burt Lancaster is sick and evil. Okay, Burt, poor Burt. Why are you putting Burt down? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Birth control pills be flushed into the water supply has made men gay. So why are there homosexuals today?
Balls deep McGillicuddy. I mentioned that gay couple who are worded their adopted boys.
Are worded. Oh, you mean that two whole gay people did something you didn't like? So it means all gay is evil?
Billy Ballantyne.
Gotcha.
Burt Lancaster is frickin' dead.
Hey, you know what? Balls deep, McGillicuddy, I'm going to make an example out of you right now. You know what? I'm going to show you how stupid your thinking is. Troll once came in here and said some shit to me, and, they were mean. So all trolls must be bad. Bye! Wow, life lesson there. So why are there homosexuals today? There are any number of reasons, that are given. Some would say the increase in estrogen in our societies. There's estrogen in the water from birth control pills. They can't get it out, Perry said in a January 2022 Zoom discussion, which was posted on YouTube and later removed. The level of testosterone in men broadly in America has declined 50 points in the last 10 years, and so
Billy
maybe that's part of
Ballantyne.
it, he said. End quote.
I want to start chopping, but it's 45 Ds out there.
Oh, come on, Ice Bath Russell. You could do it. Perry continued, but the big part I would suggest to you, based upon what it's saying here, is the removal of constraint. So our society provided the constraint. And so, which is the responsibility of society to constrain people from doing evil? Well, you remove the constraints, and then evil occurs. End quote. These fucking people.
Iris Mala. You boot people you don't AEE with. It's sad, boy they. Mike Pasquarello.
Hey, Ice.
Dabs up. Cheers.
There's a deer in your backyard.
Where? Let me see.
Yeah, there you
Let's
go.
change the brightness.
There's a deer. That's normal. It's not normal for me to see this. Walking around.
Oh, there's four.
I ran over to the right.
There's a buck. For sure.
Where the hell?
Iris Mala.
They're all right.
Only
They're
3
alright.
people watching this Mashagana LOL.
Eris Mala. Who people you don't agree with? It's sad. No, I just beat troll cunts like you would come in with a bunch of fucking the same name. I mean, the same person, different names. Same fucking dude, though. That's what I do.
Billy Ballantyne. I sewed his lips shut.
Thank you. I fucking blocked his ass. So we fucking 1-2 punch that motherfucker.
Where's the deer go?
Tag team like a little bitch. Still one deer back there. Little baby walking towards the tree. Over there, you can't really see it though, man. This camera's like, in their cameras are all in the wrong spots.
They all went over to the right.
Yeah, I know.
Right
This
behind that tree.
looking over here on this camera. But they go. There's a there's a path out into the fucking wilderness right there. This is like a doorway because there's fencing, and then there's a creek, and they can get fucking through that right here. But, you know, on the other side of that is the entry to the Ocala National Forest, which is I believe it's called the Wekiva National Forest, and we're right on the edge of it, and it's huge. Those two things are huge. Completely untouched land back there.
Explains all the wildlife.
Okay, well, the deer are gone, so what am I doing? I'm sitting in the dark. I wonder if they'll be back, though. I wonder if there'll be more. Probably not. I'm glad you saw them, though. That was funny. I had no idea.
There's a whole bunch of them.
So, I wonder if I uninstall my XSplit software and reinstall it. That'll solve my crashing problem. I'll try that next, I guess. Because I was using it when it crashed. That was the software. I was literally using it. This power amounted to an unaccountable corporate kingdom. Disney, Reedy Creek. Yeah, and they took really good care of it. In fact, when you drove into Reedy Creek, when you went into any area, it's pristine. It's beautiful. Anybody ever been to Disney World?
Oh yeah.
Remember driving in? All the landscape?
Yeah, well, we went. Yeah, we took a ferry. Yeah, everything was perfect. Yeah.
Disney. You went to Disney World in Orlando, Florida?
Yeah, back in the early '90s. Yeah.
Yeah, you drove in at one point, right?
Yeah.
You got in a car and drove in and saw the beautiful Reedy Creek area is all the area where it's not Disney as you're coming in, and it's all freaking beautiful, man. The landscaping and the roadways, and it's a beautiful area. And Ron DeSantis saved Florida from that. That's what he says. This power amounted to an unaccountable corporate kingdom. Yeah, that was run by Disney World, that was doing an excellent job. In fact, they were doing a better job of running Reedy Creek than probably any other county or any other district, probably anywhere in the world. What did you save them from, you idiot? This is the hypocrisy.
Billy Valentine.
This is the fascism.
I used to be at Disney once a week. My grandfather was Club 33 until Eisner took over. Haven't been in 20 years though.
You gotta ask yourself,
Man, that was the best.
why do this? I'll tell you. Because Disney said this law that you're discriminating against LGBTQ, we don't agree with. Oh boy, that was it. That's all they had to say. This was what the fascist dictator, son of a bitch, cunt motherfucker, Ron DeSantis decided to do to Disney World. Saving the world from a place that already was running perfectly. That's what Ron DeSantis does. Wow, thanks, man. You've really saved everybody, bro. You've done. Look at this. Look at this page of propaganda put out by Governor Ron DeSantis. Look at this. Look at this. This is hopefully my computer won't crash as I do this. This is literally one of Ron DeSantis' tweets. It's got 1.4 million views. I don't know why everything is 1.4 million, 1.4 million. Isn't that weird? Look, Ron DeSantis, dissolving the corporate kingdom. In 1967, the Florida legislature created the Reedy Creek Improvement District, which gifted extraordinary special privileges to a single corporation. Until Governor Ron DeSantis acted, the Walt Disney Company maintained sole control over the district. This power amounted to an unaccountable corporate kingdom. Florida is placing the district into state receivership and beginning a new era of accountability and transparency. Ends Disney's self-governing status. Disney's exemption from the Florida Building Code and Florida Fire Prevention Code. Because, Disney was making sure all of their buildings were going to catch on fire and burn to the ground if somebody lit a match. I'm sure. But, I'd love to see what Disney's building codes were. I'd love to go check those out. Ends Disney's exemption from state regulatory reviews and approvals. Ends Disney's secrecy by ensuring transparency. Ensures that Disney will pay its fair share of taxes. Bro, how much revenue has Disney brought into the state? Come on, Ron DeSantis, you don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, they're going to pay taxes now. Oh, they've employed 77,000 Floridians right now. 77,000 people have a job because of Disney. Oh, and, none of those people are paying taxes, and there's no taxes being paid on any of the products that Disney sells, and there's no taxes that are being paid on a Walt Disney World ticket. Are you kidding me? This is psychotic.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. This is psychotic. I don't care what kind of a district Disney World has there, private, whatever. I guarantee you people pay sales tax in there. I guarantee it. And it goes right to the state. And I wonder how much sales tax Disney has generated for the state of Florida that Ron DeSantis feels like he needs to save us and protect us from Disney. But let me keep going here. Prevents leftist local governments from using the situation to raise local taxes. Yeah, how dare you raise taxes? Okay. Imposes, and do nice things. Who knows? Imposes Florida law so that Disney is no longer given preferential treatment. Ensures that Disney's municipal debt will be paid by Disney, not Florida taxpayers. So, that's a lot of nothing. That's a whole page of absolutely nothing, Ron. So all of that so you can impose fascism? Huh. Is all that worth you imposing fascism? If this makes your dick hard, okay, you might be the problem.
Billy Ballantyne. Yes, they do. Walt Disney World resorts are subject to an additional tourism tax that applies to Orlando area attractions, including Disney. This extra fee is 6%.
There it is, 6% sales tax, just like everybody else. Huh. The hero, Ron DeSantis, saving Florida from nothing, from the Disney monster. That's created entertainment, art, and provided a place for millions, if not billions, of people to come visit and enjoy themselves and have a wonderful time and create a magical experience. Wow, they're so evil Disney Corporation. Evil. I wonder what kind of benefits their employees get.
Disney and Florida go hand in hand with most people that don't live there.
Watch this. Okay, Google. What kind of benefits do full-time Disney employees receive?
According to working at Disney Parks and Resorts, Disney careers, paid time off, vacation and sick leave are available for full-time positions. Vacation and personal holidays are accrued based on length of service, position, and hours worked.
But they don't get health care? They're just talking about this one thing. Whatever. I bet they get awesome health care too. I wouldn't be surprised they have some kind of profit sharing or 401k shit. Transgenderism is trending on Twitter right now. Huh, isn't that funny? That's what we've been talking about all day.
They offer health insurance. Yep.
We the people means everyone, including transgender people. Right? What? Adolf Hitler quoted in 1919 saying the final aim must be the uncompromising removal of the Jews altogether. And now this guy says transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely.
Yeah.
Because of those two statements, are pretty close together, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the first thing that caught me
Must
when he was
be.
speaking.
They both say must be. Altogether. Hitler said altogether. Michael said entirely.
Same thing.
Michael Knowles is his name. No less. Michael No Less. That's so funny.
I guarantee you.
Billy
he probably borrowed
Valentine.
that from.
How long would it take to get to work if you worked at Disney? Holy crap, if you live on site, I bet it still takes an hour to get to work.
God damn it. Why can't I freaking type today? Michael No Less. Hashtag Michael No Less. Oh, that's his name, Michael No Less. I'd like to be in a debate with Michael No Less and just call him Michael No Less every time I okay, Michael No Less. He'll be like, it's Knowles. I'll be like, okay, Michael No Less. It's just so fucking funny. God, my fucking phone, dude.
Billy Valentine. Disney starts at $17 an hour to sell Dole Whips. Not bad for kids.
Yeah, full-time employees get health benefits. Arch and insurance is who they use. I looked it all up. Seems like a pretty good employer. I'd love to work at Disney World. That'd be like the best job.
If you live on site, it takes an hour to get to work now.
Didn't you work for, not Disney, but didn't you? Like,
Universal Studios.
Epcot Center? Universal Studios, yeah, right, yeah.
Yep. In the
That
special events
cheap.
department.
It's fucking so cool.
They made me fucking cut my hair. Dude, the transgenderism is the tag is crazy, blowing up. 47,000 tweets right now. So power to the people, man. People are in defense of the trans community, as I am, as some of you are, and I'm glad to see that some of you in the audience support the trans community by speaking up and speaking out in the chat, by going to Twitter and retweeting these tweets. And remembering that if it was you, you know, you would probably want people to stick up for you too. Millions of people are responding, guys. You can be one of those millions, man. You can be one of those millions of voices that screams out against the Republican Party and says, Michael No Less needs to be fucking ignored. I didn't say canceled, but they need to not be putting him up at CPAC and acting like he's a representative of the Republican Party. This is going to be really bad for them. Imagine every single LGBTQ person now that was ever pro-Republican or whatever is reconsidering it today. You know? Hashtag transgenderism. I would imagine that every single LGBTQ Republican is reconsidering their membership today. Thinky face. Check mark. Oh, I put hashtag transgenderism. I shouldn't have. I should have just wrote transgenderism. I need to redo my tweet. Psh, unreal. There we go. I changed it. If you are an LGBTQ person and you're Republican, well, the T's just got taken out. So that leaves the L's, the G, the B's, and the Q's. Hey, you still got... Hey, at least you still have the L's, the G's, the B's, and the Q's left, huh? Hey, at least you still have the L's, the G's, the B's, and the Q's left, huh? Thank you. I'm sure that was Jim that liked my tweets. Thank you, Jim. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man,
I'll
that's
smoke to you, brother. Bong rip for Jim for going to Twitter. Cheers, buddy. No Oregoni cannabis, everybody. Billy, everybody in the chats.
It's so easy. Everybody could do it. Cheers.
But not everybody can be as cool as Jimmy.
You just move your thumb. Press the pop. You can't move your thumb. I don't know. If you don't have any thumbs, use your finger.
Billy Valentine. I see you decided to lose the 2 G's off your wrist. Why?
Oh, it's just not me, man.
Can't wear it every single day now. Evening wear. I got a bunch of jewelry. I don't wear it all every day. Chain, ring, and shit. Nothing like what you that. But
Billy Valentine.
Celebrity?
Okay, send it this way.
I never
It's
looked
so
at
neat.
mine. I never looked at Marianne Williamson as a celebrity. I don't know why that is. I don't know even where she came from.
Crispy Chris. Good morning, Nate. Time to get medicated. Cheers.
You guys want to talk about Marianne Williamson for a second?
dedicated. I haven't heard that in a while.
Crispy Chris. Who is she?
I'm glad you asked. She's believes in quantum, or not quantum, Here we go again. She believes in mysticism, quantum mysticism. Is that right? Am I saying it right?
How about that?
Is that it? Quantum mysticism? I'm using the wrong word, aren't I? We just talked about this the other day. She's like believes that there's energy. Like that dude that came in here the other day, the cannabis dude. Thinks there's energy in the trees and shit. You know?
I can't remember the name it was.
She's kind of a Looney Tune. At the same time, she's a little easy on the eyes, and she agrees politically with a lot of what I agree with. She's running for president of the United States. She's going to be debating. She just announced. And during her announcements, which is like 26 minutes, she explains all of her platform. Savage Joy Marie Mann said that she's looking at supporting this woman. And what's crazy is as many times as Savage Joy has supported politicians only to find out that she's going to get screwed over. She's still going to put her support behind this woman because it's going to put our issues into the debate. And our issues are going to be spoken about. That in itself has value that even I can recognize. Someone who's anti-politician, hey, you're going to speak about my issues for me? You're going to tell us we need Medicare for all? You're going to say we should be out of foreign wars? You know, you got a solution for immigration? She's supposedly anti-vax. So, you know, there's just, you can't get it all, right? And maybe for some of you, you can. Maybe you're feeling her energy as we speak. There she is. Okay. Let me see here.
Crispy Chris. She's electric.
Everyone, please welcome Mr. Jimmy Demers.
The freaking oracle.
Hey, Ken, what's up, buddy?
Google gave me my monthly report as of today. Since January 1st, I have traveled the equivalent of 19% around the Earth. Ha ha ha.
Cool.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's what I do, guys.
Thank you.
I'm a pro fast forwarder.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you for coming. I know some of you actually came from somewhat far away, some of you from other places in the country. I also want to thank those of you who are on live stream, who have joined me here today for what I hope will feel like a meaningful conversation. Martin Luther King said that our lives begin to end on the day that we stop talking about things that matter. And we are here today to talk about something that matters a lot, and that is the United States of America.
The freaking oracle.
Hello?
Hold your applause.
We're all here
May
because we
is
care about this
bashful.
country.
Ha ha ha.
But we're all here, or at least many of us are, because we are upset about this country. We're worried about this country. We're concerned about this country. And we know that this country is plagued by many challenges now, not the least of which is hatred and division, which is greater than any of us have experienced in our national life. And it is our job to create a vision of justice and love that is so powerful that it will override the forces of hatred and injustice and fear that manipulate. It's one thing, though, to say that we're here because we want to do that. It's another thing to know, how do we do that? And as one young man who might be in the audience today, with such youthful sincerity once said to me, he said, Marianne, what are we going to do? But what I learned in my life is that the first question isn't always, what do I do? The first question is often, what do I need to understand? And before the United States or any of us can know what it is we need to do, we need to know what it is we need to understand. This country is drowning in information and starving for understanding.
Okay, that's just a tagline. I mean, anybody could have said that. It doesn't, what you just said doesn't mean anything. And the fact that everyone applauded that she said that was kind of lame. It's
a good line, but yeah.
It means absolutely, it's means nothing.
Yeah.
It's a line that means nothing.
Exactly.
What we need to understand is the American story. And so just as when sometimes you're trying to understand your own
Crispy
life better
Chris.
by looking at your parents, at your
I wonder if there could be a first husband of the house. Is she married?
grandparents, at your ancestors, it's time for us to look at the entire sweep of the American story, to understand better our past, that we might better understand where we are now. We need to know, what do we owe our ancestors and what do we know our descendants? And we can't know any of that until we see where we stand in the midst of the larger scope of the American story. Now, the American story began as an established nation in 1776. And in 1776, some very brave men, yes, they were very brave, because if the British had won the war, all of them would have been hanged as traitors against the King of England. 56 men who came together and signed a document that infused the founding of a nation in a way that had never occurred before, with the idea, repudiating the idea of the divine right of kings, repudiating the idea of an aristocracy, repudiating the idea that a...
Dude, this is all bullshit and bluster. I mean, I want to hear about her platform. This is crazy. I'm going to let you guys hear this, but this is some psychotic fluff right here.
Few would be able to suck up the resources of the country and make everyone else nothing more than an economic serf. They repudiated that. And they declared that all men are created equal. That all men are given by God inalienable rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. They declared that it's the job of government to secure those rights, and that if government isn't doing its job, then the people have the right to alter it or do it.
Right. And Marianne, that's why we have elections, and everybody knows that. I mean, thanks for the American history lesson. Can we start now?
Now, that was extraordinary, of course, but it's also where the story got very gnarly. For out of the 56 men who signed that document, 41 of them were slave owners. So that dichotomy between the extraordinarily enlightened principles politically and enlightened principles morally, on which we purport to stand, is often at odds with forces within our country who usually, for their own economic purposes, have no intention whatsoever of seeing those principles actualized, and have proven in every generation, even unto ours, that they will go to the most violent lengths to make sure they don't.
Right.
Crispy Chris.
Right. Corporations are evil.
She passed history class.
Yeah, right, exactly. And corporations are evil. Okay, Bernie Sanders too. Bernie Sanders light. Let's keep going. I just want to say, I'm very happy. So beautiful, Marianne Williams. She's very beautiful, and she's here. She represents everything that I ever stood for, and I agree with her wholeheartedly on everything that she's going to tell you right now. You should pay attention to what she's saying, and also, Marianne Williamson. I just want to say this as well. Of course, corporations are evil, and everybody already knows that. Yeah, I spent years telling everybody how evil all the corporations are, and of course, you just are repeating my old talking points. Of course, maybe you should have me as your running mate. Bernie Sanders as her VP.
That, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, is the American story. That dichotomy, that split mind, which is American consciousness, is baked into the cake.
Yeah, is that the American story for people whose families came from slavery, Marianne? Huh. Is that the American story for Native Americans? What the fuck did you just say? The people who are still here to this day, Native Americans, don't really appreciate what you just fucking said. They were already here. You're saying that the story of their life is the story of the people that came over and conquered their country? God, you're already toting the line of the goddamn Democratic Party. Psychotic.
And it has been with us from the beginning, and every generation of America reiterates the story. What we are going...
LMAO perfect mocking Sanders.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I am Bernie Sanders. I am being channeled through this gentleman right here, the very good-looking gentleman, I might add, in Orlando, Florida. He's obviously letting me channel through his body. I do not know why, but here I am. I am actually Bernie Sanders.
Through right now is baked into the cake here. It is no different than what other generations have faced. But I'm here to say to you, other generations stood up and pushed back, and now it's our turn. That's what we need to do. Yes, we need to identify the problems in our past, but we need to identify with the problem solvers in our past. We responded to slavery with abolition. We responded to the institutionalized oppression of women with the women's suffrage movement. We responded to the Gilded Age with the establishment of the labor movement and the New Deal. We responded to segregation with the civil rights movement, and it is our turn now.
She just took credit for a whole bunch of shit she had absolutely nothing to do with. Did you notice that? And look how she sits there and smiles and sucks it all, and she's like, it's like sunshine on her face. It's like, it feels so warm and good. I can feel your energy. I can feel the energy of the audience. It's radiating back at me. Oh, it just feels so warm. Yeah. It's like sunshine on my face. Sunshine on my face makes me happy.
Well, once again, we have to understand what's happening here. Because for the abolitionists, the problem was the institution of slavery. For
the
women's
freaking
suffragists, it was
oracle.
the fact that we didn't have women's suffrage. You needed to...
Perfect politician.
Now she's talking about slavery. Now this is the American story, huh? Okay, let's hear about it.
Pass a constitutional amendment. We needed to establish the labor movement. We knew that the problem was segregation. And so you needed the civil rights movement. You needed civil rights legislation. You needed voting rights legislation. The reason we have such a problem today is because it is not one specific institution that opposes real democracy and that opposes...
Isn't it ironic that Biden wants to have the government pay for all these student loans just like Bernie Sanders?
Opposes the equality of people and of economic justice, that opposes the very principles on which we stand. It's not one institution this time. It's like an atomizer spray of economic injustice. It is over here. It's Flint, Michigan. It's Flint, Michigan over here. And it's waters drying up and aquifers and rivers drying up in the American South over here. It's mass incarceration over there. It's 68,000 people who die every year from lack of health care over here. It's no one particular thing. And so it's easy to gaslight us. And we play whack-a-mole. If we could just get that fixed, if we could just get that fixed. No, the opponent is not a specific situation or circumstance. The opponent is an economic mindset. The opponent is an economic mindset that has had its grip on this country for the last 50 years. Over the last 48 years, there has been $50 trillion of wealth that has been transferred from the bottom 90% to the top 1% of people in this country. This country is now in the grip of an economic mindset, or whatever you call it. Some people call it neoliberalism. Some people call it free market capitalism. Some people call it crony capitalism. Some people call it hyper-capitalism. Let me tell you something. It's neither real capitalism nor is it a free market. It is a sociopathic economic system. It is a sociopathic economic system. That in policy after policy after policy makes sure that those who already have will probably get more, and those who do not have will have a hard time even surviving. I remind you that in the 1970s, the average American worker had decent benefits and could afford a home and could afford a yearly vacation and could afford a car and could afford to send their kids to college. Before the 1960s, tuition was free at state colleges and universities. That was then, and this is now. This did not just fall out of the sky. This is by design. And that design is now baked into the cake in this town where there are 3 times more corporate lobbyists than there are legislators in Washington, D.C.
Crispy Chris.
This philosophy, this economic mindset now has its grip on this country. It has its tentacles in every aspect of our lives. It has its grip on this government. This government is now more than not a system of legalized bribery. And this system will not change itself. The status quo, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else will not disrupt itself. That's our job. We should remember that Abraham Lincoln, standing on the battlefield at Gettysburg, speaking of the men who had died there fighting for the Union, said that they had given their last full measure of devotion.
Dude, is she doing this? She's doing this without any notes or anything?
So that a government of the people, by the people, and for the people would not perish from the earth. It's time for us to look in the mirror as Americans and face the very painful fact: government of the people, by the people, and for the people is perishing now. This government is now a government of the corporations, by the corporations, and for the corporations.
She's ready.
Why
for
does
this.
1 in 4 Americans carry medical debt? Why is it that 18 million Americans cannot fulfill the prescriptions that are given them by their doctors? Why is it that 68,000 Americans die in this country every year for lack of health care? Why? Because we don't have universal health care, because just like every other advanced democracy. These positions, such as universal health care, such as tuition-free college, higher education and tech school, such as free childcare, such as
Crispy
paid family
Chris.
leave and sick pay.
I call B asterisk 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 on the free before 1960.
Such as a guaranteed living wage and such as a 21st century economic bill of rights. Those are moderate positions in every other country. Every other country has them. They are mainstream. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me when I tell you this. The American people have been trained to expect so little. The American people have been played. But this is a new time in America. And many people who realize, even if they themselves are not living at the effect of all of this entrenched injustice, know that the fact that that entrenched injustice exists is an unsustainable position. I'm so glad that President Trump did not win the last election. That means we didn't go over the cliff. But I'll tell you something, we're still 6 inches away from it. We are 6 inches away from the cliff in terms of the state of our democracy. We are 6 inches away from the cliff in terms of the state of our environment. We are 6 inches away from the cliff in terms of the state of our economy.
6 inches, that's what she said. Oh!
This is not something where you can just tweak it here and have an incremental approach there and try to change things here and a little bit there. Oh, that'll work fine for the 20% of Americans for whom the economy is basically okay. But those 20%, those of us who live on that island of 20% of Americans for whom things are basically good, are surrounded by a vast sea of economic anxiety and despair. We don't need any more evidence that this system is intrinsically corrupt. We can see it in the broken windows. We can see it in the shattered factories. We can see it in the addiction-addled brokenness of our fellow citizens. We can see it in the despair. We can see it in the addiction. We can see it in the anxiety. We can see it in the depression. And people in this town, if they will not care enough to solve the problems that produces all that despair, half the people in this city don't even notice it. They are so buffered from the ravages of human suffering, they don't even...
I'm going to just stop right there and say I completely agree with her. I feel it. I see it in everybody I know, all of my friends. I hear it in the chat, all the audience, everywhere. I feel the depression among everyone. And what she's talking about right now, I completely sympathize with and I agree with. Listen to what she's saying here.
Even mention the word poor. They don't even mention the word poverty, much less address its deeper causes. So some people in this city just don't even seem to care. Some people in this city, with some very brave exceptions, apparently don't have the spine or the moral courage to fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me in there. I will.
Let me in there. And then, if you can find one thing, Chris, if you can find one thing you disagree with her on, or 2 things you disagree, or 3 things, or 4, who fucking cares? I'm sick of the current motherfuckers that are in there now, and this is serious change. And even if she is an energy psycho, and even if she is being bought out from the goddamn Democrats, at least we need somebody who's a little bit more in tune to the suffering of what's going on with all of us. Everybody is fucking hurting right now. Everybody is. It's everyone. And it sucks. And she realizes that. And it's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden is like, oh, everything's great right now. Oh, look at me with my chest pumped out. Oh, everything's great. Oh, everybody's happy. Oh, you got more jobs for everybody. Oh, what? Nobody's happy, Joe. Nobody's fucking happy.
This is the thing. The American people are up for the job. The American people are ready for the task. The American people, look at all the people protesting environmental injustice. Look at all the people who are trying to take stands against the injustices of things like
Look at Greece protesting the train derailment. The whole goddamn country's out in the street over that, and we sit by when Ohio's fucking melting,
Things like the deaths of environmental activists. People who are reforming and revitalizing the labor movement in this country. People who are showing new ways to do agriculture, standing up for indigenous rights, standing up for women's rights, standing up for gender liberty, standing up for all of the things that America should be standing for because it represents equality of economic opportunity, social opportunity, political opportunity. Yet the political system as it now exists is institutionally resistant to profound solutions when they do not serve the short-term economic profit maximization of large-form corporate systems, which are the donors and are the people who rule this town.
True. I agree.
True.
Right? We can agree with her.
And so it's not like we don't have the solutions.
We can support
There are
her.
people in this town who have the solutions. There are people all over this country who have the solutions. But the people who are in power either don't have the solutions or do not deeply support the solutions, and people who have the solutions do not have the power. Once again, let the people get in there. We'll handle it from here.
Let the people. She calls herself the people. Let the people get in there.
And so I asked you to come here today and to join with me, both those of you who are here live and those of you who are on live stream. I have run for president before. I am not naive. I'm not naive about the forces which have no intention of allowing anyone into this conversation who does not align with their predetermined agenda. I understand that in their mind, only those people whose careers have been entrenched in the car that drove us into this ditch should possibly be considered qualified to lead us out of this ditch.
She's spitting fire now, bro.
But I reject that notion. And those pseudo-sophisticates who give us their PR about how they're the adults, you see, and people like myself and people like most of you should really sit down now. They would have us think this whole thing is just too complicated. No, ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not that it's complicated. The problem is that it is corrupt.
Billy Valentine. Wasn't she
And
in
to
trouble
those
with
who
you?
feel that they are the adults in the room, they are the sophisticates in the room, and the rest of us should simply sit down and let them run things. Yes, where they have run things is to where we are now. To them I say, you are neither sophisticated nor a true grown-up. A real grown-up does not knowingly allow a child to go hungry. We should be making a emergency level just transition from a dirty economy to a clean economy, and an emergency level just transition from a war economy to a peace economy. None of those fundamental changes are going to happen, however, until and unless we the people step in. No one person can fix it. This is a time of collective effort. All of us are necessary in whatever way our heart leads us to serve. This is not a time, however, to just ask, what can I get? It's time to ask, how can I serve? I'm not saying that one person can fix it. I'm not saying even one president can fix it. But let me tell you something, a president who lays it down and says it like it is would do a lot of good.
Cheers, you guys. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Jiminy. Cheers, Billy. Crispy Chris. Chris, thanks for participating
And
in the
so
chat, bro.
I'm here today, again, with my deep thanks for your coming here. I have a request to make.
A bit hyperbolic. But
I,
cheers.
as of today, am a candidate for the office of President of the United States. And I am reminded and I am guided by the words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who said that a necessitous man is not a free man. Not every chain is visible. It is time for us to release the shackles that are on the 64% of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck. It is time for us to do what other generations have done. And Franklin Roosevelt said that we would not have to worry about a fascist takeover, he said, as long as democracy delivered on its blessings. Given the economic situation of far too many Americans today, given the behavior of this corporate matrix, whether it has to do with insurance companies, big pharmaceutical companies, big oil companies, big agricultural companies, big food companies, big chemical companies, or the military industrial complex and the defense contractors that they serve, they have had their day. Corporate tyranny will end now. Okay, we will not be able to say to the American people in 2024 that we're helping you enough already and we'll help you more because things are basically pretty good. That will not be strong enough to push back the neo-fascist authoritarian threat that is in our midst. We need to remember what Franklin Roosevelt said. We will not have to worry about that threat as long as democracy delivers on its blessings. We don't need to do anything other than stand for democracy, stand for the principles of the Declaration of Independence, stand for the best within us. Reject within ourselves the nihilism, reject within ourselves the cynicism, reject within ourselves the personal anger. We must remember what Martin Luther King said. We must conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. And it is from that place that I request your donations, I request your volunteerism, I request your help. And I say to you now, again, hear me, it's our turn. Let's do this. Thank you very, very, very much.
Wow. So, you know, even if I disagree with some of her views on certain things that really don't have anything to do with politics, she seems to be on the side of the people, and I support that. So you guys can check her out and see what she has to offer. It's exciting to see that there's going to be someone speaking about these issues at these debates, and she seems to be the one to do it. I think she's going to be able to just shut anybody down in a debate. It sounds like she's ready to do that.
Energy. Holy geez.
I think she's ready to stand up to Trump or Biden or anybody.
What's her name again?
Marianne Williamson. Bro, you know Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
The Professor and Marianne
Oh,
Williamson's running for president. Ba-na-na-na. Now you'll always remember it.
Oh man, yeah. I used to watch the reruns with my dad. Yeah.
Marianne is running for president.
Yeah.
early birds get to the restaurant get the restaurant to themselves. As my mother and I were walking outside of the restaurant, there was literally, we were the only two people in the whole restaurant. And as we walked out, there were these two gentlemen that were walking in. They were younger than me, a little younger than me, two guys.
Crispy Chris. She let it all roll off the tongue.
And I noticed, I know, she's amazing. She's a goddamn machine gun, bro. And I noticed, see my mom saving her bacon for tomorrow. You see that? Oh, yeah.
Yes, I noticed that.
She's saving that for, like, it's going in the to-go, baby.
Can you put it in the to-go bag? Yeah.
So these two guys, as they were walking up, we were still sitting at our bench seat right there, and I saw them through the glass, and they just kind of smiled. They looked around the restaurant. We got up, and they came through the door and went to sit down, and we walked out. As we were walking out through the door, one of them held the door for us, and I said, "Our shift is up. You guys are up now." I go, "You got the whole place."
Crispy Chris.
Like, we know. They're laughing.
I'd like to marry and better than Jin.
Got the whole restaurant to yourselves.
Oh, he's nice.
You liked Marianne better than Ginger. That was the whole point, wasn't it? Everyone liked Marianne better than Ginger. Because she kept it real, bro. She wasn't like, she didn't have to do herself up. She's naturally beautiful. Right? That was the whole thing, man. That was it. Nazi Germany is trending. What?
Nazi Germany is trending.
Yeah. 10 stages of genocide, classification 1. People are divided into us versus them. 2, symbolization. People are forced to identify themselves. I don't even want to keep going, bro. I can't even keep reading this. I'll retweet it, bro. I can't even read it. I can't even read it, let alone read it to you. But I'm gonna retweet it, and you guys want to read that, dude.
The freaking oracle.
I know.
I'm going to send you some
I know
crypto
that
stuff
we've already
today
reached that
on
first
Telling
step.
that I'm getting involved in, and you may want to partake. Crispy Chris.
Okay.
Spell check S
I gotta tell ya.
*****. I like Mary and better than
I'm
Jin.
so sad.
Was what I meant.
I'm so sad that I got that one, bro, and it doesn't even show up. That black Matic, bro. I'm so sad about that one. You know, is this another little pump and dumper? Oh, boy. What happened with that black Matic thing?
The freaking oracle.
Oh,
This is on floor in a new DAO.
oh, we're pyramiding, baby. No, let's not do this. I know you. Sometimes you're gonna get lucky, bro, and you're gonna hit it, but I'm tired of those. I'll look at it, I guess, but let's see what it is. It'd be funny if that black Matic thing was like all gone. What was that?
The freaking oracle. All I ask is that you look.
No, I'll look. I will look for sure. Absolutely. And because it's from you, I'll really look, bro. Good times, bad times. You know I've had my share. One woman left home with a brown-eyed man, but I still don't seem to care. Ow. Bum, 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 bum. 17 fell in love with a girl as sweet as could be. Bow now, bow now, bow now. Bow now, bow now, bow now. Bow, 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 bow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, good times, bad times. Would that be better on the acoustic? Or on the electric? The acoustic's so much easier, bro.
The freaking Oracle. Blackmatic did rug, but there is a huge story behind it. I lost all too.
Oh, that means I got rug pulled too, bro. On it, my Blackmatic went to nothing. Are you kidding me, bro? Oh. Is that the key of E? In the days of my youth, I was told to be a man. Now I reach that age, I try to do all the things the best I can. No matter how I try, I find my way through the same old jam. Could be. It only took a couple of days till she was rid of me. She swore she would be all mine till the end. But when I whispered in her ear, I lost another breath. Oh, good times, bad times, I've had my share. Told about my man, but I still don't seem to care.
The freaking Oracle. This DOA is being created by the PPL that lost a lot of money. They are tired of the rugs and are creating a DAO for crypto investments. A lot safer.
I know what it means to be alone. I sure do wish I was at home. I don't care what the neighbors say. I'm gonna love you each and every day. You can feel the beat within my heart. You are sweet babe, we ain't ever gonna part. Such a pleasant stay. And now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. And now I smell the rain. And now I smell the rain. And with it pain. And it's headed my way. Sometimes I grow so tired. You know I got one thing I gotta do right alone. Now's the time is now, sing my song. Go around the world, I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day I gotta run alone. Find the queen of all my dreams. Got no time for strangers. Time has come to go on. And though I hope we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on. Ramble on. Now's the time is now. Sing my song. Around the world, I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till they gotta run along. Find the queen of all my dreams. Mine's a tale that can't be told. I feel my oh dear. And all we drank 1,000 times. No. Let's fill the air. Forgot the words. It's in the darkest depths of home. I met a girl so bad. But got him, an evil one, crept up and slept away with her. Yeah. There's nothing I can do, Lord. I guess I keep on rambling. I'm gonna, sing my song. Around the world, I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day I got ramble on. Guess I keep on rambling on. Yeah. Baby. I keep searching for my baby. Yeah.
Zulus. How long have you played guitar, Nate?
Obviously not long enough.
B.D. Robin. About 5 minutes now.
Right.
LOL.
This is what it sounds like just yesterday morning. You let me know you were gone. Suzanne, they made
The freaking Oracle. He was born with one in hand out of womb, ha ha ha.
Dude, I'm not Eddie Van Halen, man. I love you, though, Ken. Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. I just can't remember who I sent it to. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days and I thought they'd never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you again. You know, I was talking to Adam from Endorphin after the show the other night, and I said, bro, when you're playing arpeggios, the extent of the speed of my arpeggio is the arpeggios from Hotel California. And he goes, oh, bro, that solo at the end. No, and I go, no. I go, the beginning of this song, do 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 do. He goes, it's a guitar player joke. Those are arpeggios, dude. And he knows that. So it's funny. Hotel California, I'm not allowed to play it on here. But it's
Zulus.
I could probably
Why
play
not?
that much of it. I could probably play that much of it. And then I'd probably have to stop. So I go to another chord, I'm okay. And then I could probably go. I forgot how that goes. There it is. That chord is not easy to play. And then maybe if I just wait, I could play each chord.
Zulus. You think one day you will play your guitar with the window open and get a copyright fine from a police officer, ha ha ha.
Or a police officer drone, Zoo.
The freaking Oracle. Del Shannon Runaway.
Who's Del Shannon? I wonder if their algorithm's going to catch these chords. I'm just playing on one chord at a time. This is probably the easiest one. That's just an E minor arpeggio. You're just going. Okay, and then the next one is... On a dark desert highway,
Zulu.
cool wind in my
Did you learn on
hair,
acoustic or electric?
warm smell
The
that can
freaking
lead
Oracle.
us,
Dallas from
rising up through
1961.
the
If you heard the
air.
song Runaway, you know it.
Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night.
Dave C. Fishing. /M/.
They'll probably get me for playing this song just for doing it like that.
B.D. Robin. Teenage Kicks. Zulus. It's free advertising, why do they get mad? Restream.io. Congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Edwin Sparks 420. Love when you play.
These are the arpeggios Adam's talking about. The freaking Oracle. Later today, play Dal Shannon Runaway on YouTube. Once you hear it, you will be I know that song. I think it was the theme song from the TV series Untouchables.
The freaking oracle. Did you take classes in the beginning or just learn on your own?
I just learned on my own, and then I took a couple of classes, but I wasn't really paying attention to them. And the kids that I met that were in the classes taught me more than anybody ever did. I sat next to these kids in different classes, and after class, they'd be like, hey, you want to learn a song? I'd be like, yeah, bro. They'd be like, check this one out, bro. See if you can play this. And they'd sit with me, and I'd learn a song. And then I'd, like, learn another one. And then eventually I knew a couple of songs, you know. And then my whole thing was I wanted to learn a song all the way through from start to finish. So I wanted to, you know, I wanted to be able to play entire songs. So that was something I worked on, you know, and because I wanted to be able to get paid to play, and I did. If you could play a whole song, man, you know, you could make money, which is cool.
The freaking oracle. That's awesome.
Something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. And he said, stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's bad lines being drawn. Nobody's right when everyone's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. Ooh, 1,000 people in the street. Ooh, songs and carrying signs, mostly saying hooray for our side. Somebody said, stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep. Into your hearts it will creep. Starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man comes and he takes you away. It's time to stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Going down. Ooh, everyone knows what's going down. Ooh, going down. Ooh, so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Well, you wake up in the morning,
Spy Tester. Nice.
hear the what bell ring, and then they march you to the table. You see the same old thing.
Spy Tester.
Ain't no food up
Let
on
that
the
make
table. There ain't no pork up in the pan. Oh, but you're better not complain, yeah, boy. You get in trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a loving light on me. Yonder comes after midnight special. Shine the ever-loving light on me. Yeah. That felt good. That guitar was pumping. What was up? What's up? I'll tell you what's up. I'm asleep, bitch. Fuck you.
Mr. Blue 313 sets Finn. Sup?
Hey, Bad Blue Jaws, what's up? I ain't never going home. Hey, I'll just wander my own road. I can meet you here tomorrow. No, say goodbye, don't follow. Oh, misery so hollow. Hey, you're living life full throttle. Hey, you pass me down that bottle. Hey, you can't shake me round now. No, it hurts to care, I'll go now. Say goodbye, don't follow. I must be pressing the strings way too hard. My fingers are just completely numb right now. Totally different chordal position now. Yeah. Say goodbye, don't follow.
Very nice.
All right. All right. Very nice, very nice. 2-hour show. I hope you guys had fun. I love you guys. I'll see you guys this afternoon. I like the 3-ish, 4-ish thing. You guys know how, when, and where to find me, and I will be looking for you then and there. You know what's up. You guys know what's up, what's up, what's up. What's up, what's up, what's up? What am I even looking at here? What am I even looking at here? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. What am I looking at here? I don't know what that is. What is this? I don't know. What is this? I don't know. What am I looking at? What am I seeing here? What am I doing here? I don't even know. Where is this? I don't know. What is this? Who are you? What is this? Who are you? What is this? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Where are you? What is this? Where'd it go? There it is. What are you doing? Nacho, what's up? Oh, thank you. Nacho's over there on the... It said Nacho. Nacho's over there on the Rumblesphere. The Rumblesphere, the Rumblesphere. Nacho's on the Rumblesphere, and I must go right now. All right, I'll see you guys later. Hey, Nacho, make sure you're subscribed. Everybody else, go over to Rumble and subscribe too. Oh, Fireside Chat with Ron. Oh, God, fucking douchebags. All right, I love you guys. I'm at Nate's Garden on Twitter. Those of you that are coming over, thank you so much. It helps a lot. It helps my morale. So come boost my morale. Come on over to Twitter and retweet my pinned tweets and all my other stuff too. Thanks, guys. Bye. How do you end this silly show here? I do not know. Oh, it's this button. It's this button right here. All I got to do is click it. Hashtag keep it open.